Welcome to HomeKit 5. I'm Josh.
I'm Brayden.
This week we're going to talk about adaptive lighting, Arlo, Yeelight, and a leak. A leaker leaking.
Yep.
All right, let's dive into the first story.
All right, so earlier this year, Apple announced at WWDC adaptive lighting, which is for white lights where it gets warmer and cooler during certain situations. And it hasn't really made an appearance in iOS 14 betas, but is now out in Germany because Philips has pushed an update, a beta update.
A firmware update, yeah.
Firmware.
So it looks like the manufacturers have to basically take advantage of adaptive lighting and offer it in the firmware. I don't think it's just white lights, though. The colored lights will do it as well. I'm actually not even sure. Like, I have a white-only light, and I think the ones we have in the bedroom don't change color temperatures, so those actually wouldn't even take advantage of it. But it's essentially like that feature of night shift, right? Like where your lights they'll go less blue as the day wears on. So they'll become more of an orangey in color the darker it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting less blue light throughout the day. Kind of exciting. I'm excited for it. I mean, honestly, we have the Hue bulbs that we had here in the office. We took them down because we are moving, but I'm hoping that by the time we move, maybe the feature, like the firmware, will come into play and we'll be able to, start taking advantage of the adaptive lighting. So seems like one of the things people were very excited about with iOS 14, but we haven't been able to take advantage of it yet. So.
Yep.
All right. Arlo, they announced two new cameras, the Pro 4 and then the Ultra 2. So it does look like the Ultra 2 is HomeKit compatible. So the Pro 4 is the 2K camera. They're doing away with the base station, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That seems to be the big thing that's going on here. It will have its 2K, 160-degree field of view. It does have a spotlight, so it'll work at night. And the battery life is supposed to be 6 months, although I do question that. Like the Eufy doorbell definitely did not last 6 months. Had to charge that thing. But these small devices, I do wonder if the battery life is true or not. With the Ultra 2, you are getting a 4K video. It is HDR. I think there's a typo in this. It says 18-degree field of view. That would be really, really small. I think it's 180. And that one will have HomeKit control out of the box, but I don't think either of these are going to have HomeKit secure video as far as we could tell. Just it looks like the Ultra 2 might have HomeKit itself, which just means that you'll be able to see the video. You'll be able to maybe use the sensors, like the motion sensors, but you'll still need to pay for the Arlo subscriptions in order to save recordings and whatnot. So, and the prices, it does look a little pricey to me to pay for the Arlo cloud subscription. So I'm not sure that's high on my list of things to try out. But the prices aren't bad. I will say, $199 for the 2K video camera and then $299 for the 4K video camera. I am interested, though, in seeing what the Ultra 2 does end up supporting. Like, is it going to be like motion sensor and camera feed? If it does more than that could potentially be interesting. And I don't think, $299, that's not a bad price. So,
Yeah. Yeelight. They have had other HomeKit stuff in the past, but the things that they have not brought over to HomeKit before, they are now. The Yeelight LED Strip 1S and the Yeelight Smart LED Bulb 1S, which is the color variant. Those both have HomeKit integration and will be shipping out with a HomeKit QR code along with Razer Chroma integration.
What's Razer Chroma?
It's for gaming. Like Razer has their whole RGB lineup, and so you can have all your stuff synced.
Oh, and you can like have it sync with the game?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a Hue sync just for gaming.
Yeah.
I see. You gonna get one of these?
I might.
Do you have any other Razer Chroma compatible stuff?
I do not, but I have been thinking about picking some Razer stuff up.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. This is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
The lumen count, whilst not amazing, has been increased from 180 lumens per meter to 200 lumens per meter, and it actually draws less power. That's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it looks like it's capable of 800 lumens. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm kind of excited about that. Might have to give one of those a try. Still haven't been happy. Like, ours fell down. That was back there. If you're watching on YouTube, the one we had behind us fell down, and we just decided we're gonna wait till we move, and we'll just get a channel to put it up in. That seems like the right thing to do. They always fall. I don't know. I even wipe them with alcohol and everything. I don't know. All right. Last up, in case you were living under a rock, maybe you haven't heard, October 13th, we're getting an iPhone event. That sounds weird. An iPhone event.
An iPhone event, yeah.
From Apple. And one of the things that is expected to launch, although this has been long rumored, so, we'll see if it comes true, is the HomePod Mini. It looks like, according to the leaks, we're going to get the HomePod Mini at $99. It'll be a 3.3-inch version versus the original HomePod, which is 6 inches tall. It'll use an S5 processor, which comes from the Series 5 watch. And I think I heard somewhere else too. I don't think it's in this article, but it looks like maybe it'll have like 2 tweeter speakers instead of like 7. So you're gonna definitely get a lot less sound out of this thing. Seems like a pretty significant drop in speaker count inside of it. Oh no, here it is. It wasn't here. That came from Bloomberg. So for me, I'm super excited about this. We actually don't have a HomePod in the house, but we may just pick up one of these just to have one. I think that, I'm kind of interested in the doorbell chime, especially if we get a HomeKit secure video doorbell, and being able to do the facial recognition, I think is kind of interesting. And then just being able to like have Siri do things for you. I think this is interesting. And honestly, at $99, this would be the cheapest home hub that you could buy for HomeKit. So I think this is kind of a big announcement. And I think this is one of the reasons that people are kind of on pins and needles for it.
Yeah. I think I agree. Yeah.
You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You want one of these?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I talked to you about maybe getting some AirPlay 2 compatible speakers for our new house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Safe and Sound again, which I know we reviewed before. The
smoke detector?
Yeah, that go up in the ceiling. I think we might try to do that in the new house. I don't know. I got to figure out like how you do the wiring for that, because the house is not pre-wired. But the idea of like an always-on ceiling-mounted AirPlay 2 speaker is kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's all we had this week. I want to say thank you for tuning in, as always, listening, watching. If you find value here, be sure to give us a thumbs up. And if If you want to be notified, be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube or hit the bell so you get notified. And if you're listening on the podcast feed, be sure to hit subscribe wherever you're listening to that there. I think we are going to maybe have some big announcements for next week we're kind of excited about, so be sure to tune in then. And I'm just going to pull up the YouTubes. I know we had some comments, as always.
Do have a new rating, but no review.
No review.
Yeah.
So Eric from Modern Day Tech said, good stuff, fellas. I'm most excited about the Roku AirPlay 2 support. I'm hoping any speaker with an HDMI port like a soundbar will be able to play music around the house. Yeah, I think that's super interesting. And then Vance said maybe using the ARC and the Roku to power TVs on and off. I think that would be kind of interesting as well. Again, like I think TV, like HomeKit compatibility with TVs isn't great. I mean, most of the time you get like the ability to turn it off and on, and then you get the ability to like change the input. But I mean, that does give you a lot of ability to kind of pick and choose, like create automations, like, hey, it's movie time. So like, boom, we're going to turn the TV on. We're going to change this input. And maybe like playing a game is a different input than watching a movie. I think that's likely true for most people, especially if you have an Apple TV, unless I guess maybe have Apple Arcade, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for the comments, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.